Remember when Al Bundy ruled the couch and Peg ruled the remote? It's time to rewind the clock and dive back into the gloriously dysfunctional world of Married with Children. Premiered in 1987, the groundbreaking sitcom that flipped the wholesome American family on its head. With biting humor, outrageous plots, and zero interest in political correctness, Married with Children ran for 11 seasons and became one of Fox's first big hits. But where are the stars who brought this iconic chaos to life? From breakout roles to surprising career shifts, some faded from the spotlight, while others soared into fame. In this special Then and Now journey, we'll revisit the cast that made us laugh. Ed O'Neill as Al Bundy. Who could forget the grumpy, sarcastic shoe salesman with a never-ending stream of complaints? Al Bundy. Played by Ed O'Neill, this role turned him into a household name in the late 80s and 90s. Back then, O'Neill perfectly embodied the everyman dad in Married with Children, earning laughs and eye rolls as the eternally miserable Al. But Ed's talent went far beyond the Bundy couch. He made his film debut in the gritty 1980 thriller Cruising, and through the 90s, he kept the momentum going with fan favorites like Wayne's World, Dutch, and Little Giants. Then came a second wave of stardom. In 2009, O'Neill reinvented himself with a new generation as Jay Pritchett on Modern Family. The show became a cultural juggernaut, and Ed nailed the role of the no-nonsense modern grandpa, winning new fans and critical acclaim throughout its 11-year run. Beyond live action, he's also lent his voice to hits like Wreck-It Ralph and Finding Dory, proving his range across generations and genres. His most recent film appearances include Sundogs in 2017 and The Last Shift in 2020. Now at 79, Ed O'Neill remains one of TV's most beloved father figures. Whether you remember him from the couch in his living room or the patio in his modern mansion, one thing's for sure, this guy knows how to play a patriarch. Katey Sagal as Peggy Bundy. Back in 1987, the world met the unforgettable, big-haired, high-heeled queen of laziness, Peg Bundy. Played to hilarious perfection by Katey Sagal, Peggy quickly became one of TV's most iconic sitcom moms in Married with Children. With her sharp wit, endless sarcasm, and love for shopping and bonbons, Sagal made Peggy a pop culture legend through the show's 11-season run. But Katey's career didn't stop there, it evolved. She moved from comedy to heartfelt drama in 2002, starring as Kate Hennessy, the strong yet loving mom on 8 Simple Rules until 2005. But her biggest dramatic turn came with Sons of Anarchy from 2008 to 2014, where she played Grandma Teller Morrow, a fierce and complex matriarch. Her powerful performance earned her a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in 2011, solidifying her dramatic chops. From 2018 to 2025, she appeared as Louise Goldovsky-Connor on The Connors, once again reminding fans that she's a force in both comedy and drama. Katey's talents go far beyond acting. She's also a gifted singer and songwriter, having released multiple albums with her most notable solo works including Well in 1994 and Room in 2004. For her acting breakout, she sang backup for legends like Bob Dylan, Bette Midler, and Tanya Tucker, a part of her journey many fans don't even know. In film, she's had memorable roles in Pitch Perfect 2 in 2015, Bleed for This in 2016, and Torn Hearts in 2022, showing her versatility across genres. Now at 71, Katey Sagal is still thriving, on screen, in music, and on social media, where she connects with her fans on Instagram, boasting a solid 623,000 followers. Christina Applegate as Kelly Bundy. She lit up the screen as the feisty, fashion-forward Kelly Bundy. But Christina Applegate's journey didn't stop at Married with Children. It only launched her into a powerhouse career that spanned television, film, and even Broadway. After wrapping up her decade-long role as Kelly in 1997, Christina stepped into her own spotlight. In 1998, she starred in Jessie, a sitcom that earned her first Golden Globe nomination. Then came her iconic guest appearances in Friends between 2002 and 2003, including that memorable Thanksgiving episode, which won her a Primetime Emmy. From 2007 to 2009, she led the series Samantha Who, blending comedy with charm. and once again grabbing nominations left and right. In 2011, she returned to network TV with Up All Night, followed by her acclaimed role as Jen in Dead to Me from 2019 to 2022. Not only did she star in these shows, she also produced them, proving her strength behind the camera. Her film credits are just as impressive, from Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead in 1991 to Anchorman, Hall Pass, Vacation, and Bad Moms. Christina carved out a space as a comedic queen across decades. But she also took to the stage in 2005, earning a Tony nomination for her role in Sweet Charity on Broadway. In 2021, after being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, Christina stepped back from on-screen acting, but not from the public eye. She's now 53 years old. David Faustino as Bud Bundy. Before becoming a sitcom staple, David Faustino had already built up quite the resume as a child actor, appearing on beloved shows like Little House on the Prairie and Family Ties. But his true breakout came when he stepped into the shoes of the mischievous Bud Bundy on Married with Children, a role that would define much of his early career and make him a household name throughout the show's long run. After the show wrapped, Faustino didn't slow down. He continued to make guest appearances on hit series like Parker Lewis Can't Lose, Mad TV, and Bones. His film credits include quirky indie titles like Killer Bud and the sci-fi comedy RoboDoc. He also gave voice acting a shot and stayed connected to pop culture in unique ways, embracing his cult icon status with humor. Today, Faustino is in his early 50s and still maintains a steady presence in the entertainment scene, though more behind the scenes than in the spotlight. Whether it's voicing animated characters or stepping into cameo roles, he hasn't strayed far from the world that made him famous. And get this, fans are still rooting for a Bud Bundy spin-off. Could it ever happen? Let's see who's next from the Bundy Bunch. Amanda Bierce as Marcy Rhodes. She was the sharp-tongued, no-nonsense neighbor who constantly clashed with Al Bundy. Marcy Rhodes, played by Amanda Bierce, her role as the outspoken feminist next door wasn't just iconic, it helped redefine the sitcom best-frenemy dynamic for years to come. Before landing her signature role on Married with Children, she had already made waves on the small screen as Amanda Cousins on All My Children, and later starred in the cult classic horror film Fright Night. But it was her turn as Marcy in 1987 that cemented her place in sitcom history. Beyond acting, Bierce also made her mark behind the camera. She directed over 30 episodes of Married with Children and went on to direct episodes for other hit shows like Dharma and Greg and Reba. Though she slowed down on acting in the 90s, she made a surprise return with roles in Drop Dead Diva, the wild ride Sky Sharks, and the 2022 LGBTQ+ rom-com Bros, where she played Luke McFarlane's mom. Now in her mid-60s, Amanda continues to champion diversity and entertainment, both as a creative force and as an advocate. And believe it or not, her comedic timing is still as razor-sharp as ever. Ready to meet the next face from the Bundy universe? Let's dive in! David Garrison as Steve Rhodes. Remember the uptight banker with a tie too tight and patience too thin for Al Bundy's shenanigans? David Garrison brought Steve Rhodes to life as the original husband of Marcy, and his character's slow unraveling in the Bundy household gave us some of the funniest meltdowns in sitcom history. Garrison was already a familiar face on TV before Married with Children, starring alongside a young Jason Bateman in It's Your Move during the mid-'80s. But it was in 1987, stepping into the chaotic world of the Bundys, that Garrison truly hit his stride. Even after departing the show in Season 4, he didn't disappear, far from it. He popped up in episodes of The West Wing, 30 Rock, Law & Order, Everybody Loves Raymond, and even Netflix's Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. His resume reads like a checklist of the most iconic TV shows across 3 decades. Outside of TV, Garrison is also a celebrated stage actor, with appearances on Broadway and in musical performances for PBS Great Performances, proving his talent goes far beyond sitcoms. Now 73, David Garrison continues to shine in both theater and television, quietly stacking credits, while fans still remember him as the neighbor who once tried to outclass Al Bundy and failed hilariously. But wait, what happened when Steve left and a new neighbor moved in? Let's talk about the man who replaced him. Next up, Ted McGinley as Jefferson. When Jefferson Darcy first swaggered onto the screen, fans instantly knew Married with Children was about to get even more unpredictable. As Marcy's freeloading, vain second husband, Ted McGinley brought effortless charm and comedic timing to the role, quickly becoming a fan favorite from 1991 until the series finale in 1997. But McGinley's journey to sitcom stardom started earlier. He played Roger Phillips on Happy Days from 1980 to 1984, then starred in the cult classic Revenge of the Nerds. Throughout the 90s, he kept a busy schedule, appearing in everything from slapstick comedy like Wayne's World 2 to dark dramatic TV movies like Deadly Web and Every Mother's Worst Fear, where he took on sinister roles that shocked fans, used to his lighter side. From 2003 to 2006, he joined the cast of Hope and Faith, once again proving his flair for family sitcoms. In 2008, he stepped into a new spotlight as a contestant on Dancing with the Stars, surprising audiences with his charisma and rhythm. Now 67, McGinley continues to act and has taken on a recurring role in the drama series The Baxters since 2024. Still charismatic, still active, and still remembered as one of TV's most iconic neighbors, Ted McGinley remains a reliable presence in Hollywood. Harold Sylvester as Griff. When Al Bundy needed someone to match his sarcasm, dry humor, and loathing of married life, Harold Sylvester's Griff delivered just that, and more. Joining Married with Children in its later seasons, Griff wasn't just Al's co-worker at the shoe store, he was the ultimate wingman, bringing his own twist of wit, exhaustion, and deadpan brilliance to every scene. But Sylvester's roots in Hollywood go way deeper than his days at the shoe store. In 1978, he starred in the acclaimed miniseries Wheels and followed it up with roles in Barnaby Jones and the TV series Walking Tall. He showed off his dramatic range in Today's FBI and even found himself in comedic territory with Mary and a Different World, where he portrayed Woodson Woodchuck Wayne, Dwayne Wayne's strict but loving father. Film lovers might remember Sylvester from his powerful performance as Nathan in Part 2, Sounder, and later in fan favorites like An Officer and a Gentleman and Uncommon Valor. In the late 80s and 90s, he continued to shine in roles like Inner Space, Corinna, and dozens of TV guest appearances, from Hill Street Blues to NYPD Blue. Even in the 2000s and beyond, Sylvester didn't slow down. He appeared in movies like Missing Brendan, Nightclub, and A Place for Heroes, showcasing that his talent and screen presence remained sharp as ever. In 2025, he returned with The Pit, a reminder that true performers never retire, they evolve. Now 76, Harold Sylvester continues to be a quietly legendary figure in the industry, respected, seasoned, and always remembered as the smooth, unbothered Griff who gave Al Bundy someone to complain with. Matt LeBlanc as Vinny. In 1988, LeBlanc starred in the short-lived television drama TV 101, and by 1991 he had a recurring role on Married with Children, playing Vinny Verducci, a young biker type who even got his own spin-off attempts. His big break came in 1994 when he joined Friends, a show that would run for 10 seasons and cement his status as a television star. His portrayal of Joey was so beloved that it led to the spin-off Joey, though it lasted only 2 seasons. Still, LeBlanc remained a favorite among fans. After a short hiatus, he made a smart comeback in 2011 with Episodes, where he played a fictional version of himself. The role earned him critical acclaim and a Golden Globe Award. In 2016, he took an unexpected turn by co-hosting Top Gear, bringing humor and charm to the iconic car show. From 2016 to 2020, LeBlanc also starred in the CBS sitcom Man with a Plan, playing a father who steps up at home when his wife returns to work. In 2021, he reunited with the Friends cast for the highly anticipated Friends The Reunion, reigniting fan nostalgia. Now 58, LeBlanc keeps a low profile but still commands attention, especially on social media, with over 9.9 million followers on Instagram. And there you have it, the unforgettable cast of Married with Children, then and now. Which transformation surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more nostalgic deep dives.